God, that's loud, isn't it? It was during lockdown, and I noticed when I was out and about walking the trails around Bath, there was people on the trails, and they were all looking happy, and everyone was out and about because everything was closed down in town, and everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves. When lockdown finished and everything went back to normal, there was nobody on the trails, and you'll have seen today. You guys have been with us today. There was us lot about, and you might have seen one or two other people, and that was it. And there was 35 of us on a day like this as well, which isn't exactly the most amazing weather, but it's just really nice to be out and about. So getting people to realize how important that is for your mental and physical health. There's lots of people who are lonely in this world. They get to make connections, they get to make friends, and they get to know the local area as well, which is hugely beneficial. So it all started from there, basically. Yes, the app that came about because I was keeping everyone's records, as in how many walks they've done, on a spreadsheet, which was easy at the beginning when there was like 5 of us. But now that there's 40 of us on a walk, we've got over 130 people now, I think, who are coming along regularly. That got a little bit difficult to manage. Asked a friend, got in touch with somebody who built me. It's a website, not an app, but it behaves like an app. That now manages everything. So I can see who's been on a walk, when they've been, how many walks they've done, how many miles they've done. Badges are digital in the app as well. So you get mileage badges, you get how many walks you've done. Walk captains, who are the people who lead the walks. And there's a lot of people who split their numbers up. They get their walk captain badges. And you can also share the app, and you get a share the love badge as well. So the more people who know about it, the more people it can help around Bath, and then hopefully around the country and around the world in the future. There's also a diary feature in the app. So when people have finished a walk, they can fill in what 3 wins they got from that walk, how it helped them. So we've had people saying, I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. I looked out the window, it was sunny, which it isn't today. It was sunny. So I got up, went on the walk, and I'm really glad I did. And it made my weekend better, So that diary feature is absolutely massive because walks are great. But if you can keep a running diary of your mental health across a year, you can look back, you see something come up with the memories, and it sparks a memory within you. I think that's a great feature. So the diary feature within the app is my favorite part of it. I got this idea from giving blood. And when you give blood, when you've given 10 times, you get a pin badge. So I thought, what a great idea. So I had some pin badges made up, and whenever someone's completed 10 walks with us, we do a little ceremony, as you've seen, and they get a badge. And then when they've done 25, and then when they've done 50, it's being part of something bigger than yourself, isn't it? So when people wear the merchandise, it's obviously for advertising, to get people to know about it. As you've seen today as well, people become proud of what they're wearing. They become proud of the actual community that we've built. It shows that this is something that has got a story behind it. It's not just selling t-shirts and selling hats. It's selling the idea of people getting together and getting to know each other and building relationships and just helping people in general with their own mental and physical health. And I think, and people see that on a t-shirt, see it on a hat, they know exactly what it means. In the future, you might see someone walking down the street wearing one in a different city, and you'd be like, you're part of that community, What I love most about Walk Bath is it's a difficult question because obviously I started it up, but it's not about me. It's about everybody who comes along. What I love most about it is that my partner Sean says this all the time. People self-select to come along, and everybody just seems to slot in really nicely. Some people struggle with joining something new, or they'll see the numbers that we get and they'll think that looks quite intimidating. But we've had people who turn up, it's taken them a month or two seeing what we're doing, seeing what we're about, and they kind of almost want to take that first step, but they don't. And then eventually when they do, they said they should have done it ages ago because they just realise everyone's really nice, everyone gets on, there's no judgment, everyone's going through something in their life, everybody is, whether they show it or not. And then here we get the kind of, it's almost like therapy where you're not looking at each other when you're walking along, you're looking at beautiful views, scenery, listening to the sights and sounds, and then people kind of tend to open up and just talk about their lives. And then they start to make friendships because they realise that whatever they're going through or the successes that they've had or whatever, they're not alone. There's other people exactly like them who are going through the same struggles, who are having the same problems, or who have just had a very similar life. And we've had lots of that goes on, and people have swapped numbers at the end. There's WhatsApp groups being created out of it. So my favourite part of it is just the entire community and how it has grown. It has grown organically, and each person who comes along tells a friend or tells 5 friends, and then they tell 5 friends, and that's how we've grown. Exciting projects and expansions. When I first started this, I didn't have a clue where it was going to go. I just thought, we'll go for me and the dog, the boy Sid, who you've met today, who's great, went for a walk, and I just thought I'll invite people along. And what we've proven here is that it helps people. So if we can do it in Bath, we can do it in any city, in any country around the world, and not even any city, any village, any locality. Very fortunate here in Bath that it's a small city and we've got amazing scenery all the way around. And people might live in bigger cities thinking, we haven't got access to that, but you have. There's walks everywhere. And the expansion for Walk Bath and Walking Solves as the broader community is to take it around the country and around the world. And we're already talking to people to try and make that happen. So we just want to replicate this in as many locations as possible because it clearly works. People clearly get a benefit from it, both mental and physical. People clearly make connections out of it. Lifelong friendships. I can't say that for definite because we've only been going for 18 months. But that's the feel that we're getting. And so people from all different walks of life, pardon the pun.